Hello, moviegoer talk fans. This is the Moviegoers Talk Show, the 12th episode, I believe, and it's a pretty straightforward show today, guys. We're talking about the Hateful Eight. First of all, I'm Ryan Nilsen. I'll be the host of today's show, and I am joined by three special guests. Two of them are in the room right now. First of all, the Biddler.
Whoop, whoop.
David.
Yeah, that's
George.
me. George David Biddle Jr.
George David Biddle.
Yeah, George David Biddle Jr. The Jr. is spelled with two. Okay,
right.
but before we
Oh,
start the movie, we got to get something out of the way.
Yeah. And
Ben.
we're joined by Ben.
Yeah.
Greaves. I know your middle name. Scott Greaves. Right there.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Ben.
Hey, come closer to the mic. Yeah, he's from Drexel. He's big movie fan. Glad to have him. Last time we had you on was the Kingsman review, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, now David, we gotta get something out of the way just to start. 'Cause Jeff Phillips is our fourth guest, but he's not in right now.
Jeff really isn't cool with you having Crohn's disease. He doesn't want to catch it, so you're gonna have to wear this, just so he'll come in.
Just to be clear, Ben has to wear this. Ben has a disease, and he's very.
Now I used to. Here you go. And then you gotta
He's very sick and he's contagious, and our friend Jeff Phillips is afraid he'll get sick. So we're just making this is like a safety measure. Jeff
Morton Jones.
Yes, you're Bane.
I have a son.
He's Jeff. Hey Jeff. Oh yeah,
we
there
got
you
him.
go. No, look, you're good. You're good.
Yeah,
you're good, man. Hey, drag that ottoman over. Yeah, no, you're good. Just don't.
Okay, so this is the part where I ask how serious.
Very serious, Ben.
No, very serious. You have to get that on.
I'm really sorry, man.
Is this like one of those oxygen masks that like deprives you of air?
Well, no. Well, it's
Bane.
you can adjust the
What are
straps
you
if you
saying?
figure out how, but make sure you don't keep that mask off for anything more than like 15 seconds. So Jess is
And
gonna have to leave.
we're short a mic, so we're gonna be integrating. We're gonna have Jeff and Ben be switching off here and there. Jeff also saw the movie, big movie fan. We haven't had him on, I think.
It's really hard to breathe in through that, isn't
We
it?
can't hear you. You gotta come a little closer
Yeah,
to the
you
mic.
definitely have to get a lot closer.
Hold on, let me
I
just...
am Immortan Jones. Join me in Valhalla.
In Valhalla,
Chrome.
Bane.
Awesome. All right, so let's get into the movie.
I got you some slack. All right, so
Okay,
we're
I'm starting
gonna.
to get really lightheaded now. Oof.
Oh no, you gotta get that on. No, Jeff just left.
Jeff's gone.
Jeff just left. No, you actually need to keep that on. He's no, we're not. I know we're laughing. We're completely serious. You gotta.
Okay. His great uncle was in the Korean War, and he got Crohn's there, and he didn't make it back.
Yeah. So like,
Dude, are you fucking... like, how fucking long are you gonna go with this? Like, holy shit.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That is so funny.
it was a prank.
Oh
Okay.
my
It was a prank. It was a prank.
Okay,
We were pranking.
I feel like that could be its own thing that doesn't have to be part of this video. Do you just want to restart the video with everything?
What?
Just
How's it a prank if I know it's not serious from the start?
No. I think we should just keep going.
Okay, all right. We'll just power. We'll
Do you
just
think we
power
should just
through.
keep
I need to...
pushing forward? I'm so sorry about that.
Okay.
No, I'm so sorry. Like, can we just talk about how we organized that? How messy that I'm sorry about that, Ben. No, Ben is a good friend.
I'm really glad to be here, guys. Thanks for having me on this.
Here, get me my swag, dude.
I'm so
Yeah, give him
glad
his swag back. There you go.
So
Put that hat on. That flat brim.
Hold up.
What's it say?
to be here
Wait.
on your show.
Yeah, no, we're really psyched to have you, Ben. Now we understand you are ill, though, right?
We're really gonna talk.
Okay.
Really private.
You know,
All right,
anyway,
is that a Donald Trump hat? Can we just stop for a second?
We're
and
off
address
the rails,
Biddle's
yeah.
wearing a
I'm
Make
sorry,
America
we are
Great
off
Again
the
hat.
rails.
Let's get back on the rails.
Samuel L. Jackson, an actor in this film, is in a feud with Donald Trump as we speak.
Really?
For
Yes.
what?
Golf.
So apparently, this is
Oh, that's
breaking
right.
news for
Ben
me.
his golf swing.
Apparently,
Closer to mine.
they, I think it was Samuel L. was interviewed about playing golf with Donald Trump, and he claimed that Donald Trump cheated. And so Donald Trump responded in the most presidential of ways by tweeting at Samuel L. Jackson and telling him that not only does he do too many TV commercials, but he is boring. He's not a fan. And he claims, despite this being not true, he claims that he did not play golf with Samuel L. Jackson, despite having played golf with him several times.
Why did they play golf a couple
So wait,
times?
did Trump denied it. Now, I hate
Trump
to get
is
political.
I'm not.
I know, we're just
political.
talking about this reference to the movie.
I'm
This
just
connects.
I'm stating a fact about
Barely.
the actor in the film.
No, I got
this
you.
Movie's, this is starting to go on me.
But you know what? I think the question is that not cooperating?
No, it's fine now. I'm just stop touching.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry.
So
I
the
think
only point I just want to make is just that I'm not going to make many political statements. It's just that the actor is in a feud with Donald Trump and is interested.
that's
in
hysterical. No, because like,
And then Donald
of course
Trump
he
called
is.
him, and he claimed that he cheated at golf, and
Oh.
he's like, no.
Why are adults tweeting at each other about cheating
no,
in
it's
golf?
It's you see, this is a presidential candidate. That's all I have to say, folks.
Well, all I'm gonna
Alright,
say is
so-
that his hat is freaking dope.
Yeah, it
Vote
is.
for Trump.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
for-
between us.
so real quick. I think what was the question that we asked each other when we got right out of that beginning of that intermission? What was the question?
Samuel L. Jackson's
Yes. So we're gonna go around the room.
Okay, so we're gonna
would-
start. Do I get to start?
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
that
you do.
question?
Yeah,
All right.
a little closer to the mic, Beth. You very
Jeff, why don't you say one
bright
word
as a
into
bell.
the microphone so we even know you're here?
Hi.
Good.
I'm not a
name?
germaphobe.
It's not even communical.
There's
There's no way I can give it to you unless you were my son.
No. did they talk about the uncle in Vietnam?
Yeah.
That was like
Korean
a really
War.
explicit
That's when
detail.
we-
Yeah, the uncle in the Korean War who caught it and didn't get back. He didn't
That's
make it
when we
back.
exploded.
yeah, he didn't make it
Is
back.
that like
He
an
died
explicit
there.
detail you
Okay.
brought up?
Yeah,
in
we,
the
we,
okay.
we had a whole prep
Well,
session for it.
We had I'm sorry. Okay, let's we're moving on. Anyway, so would you?
Okay, so are we talking in the situation or just presented with the actor Samuel L. Jackson?
Situation, of course.
Okay, well, I mean,
Good
I'm
question.
glad we're clearing that up. All right.
Yeah, no,
I
because
mean,
we would if it was just the
that
actor.
you have to consider where the guy is. I mean, he's.
I know. Look, you need a
Yeah,
blanket.
just-
Okay.
Are you just asking for
No,
a yes
no,
or no
for real,
question, or-
yeah, yes or no? Because
Oh,
like,
yes.
no,
The
listen,
answer is
because
yes,
like
'cause you can't-
that
you
was
don't
the
have a choice.
first moment in this movie where I was like that was the Tarantino
Oh, also,
moment.
Yeah.
That was
In
the
watching the
Tarantino moment. That was
the
moment.
IGN review in preparation for this, I took some notes.
Oh, wait a second.
You
What?
took notes on the
IGN
IGN review. I watched interviews with Quentin Tarantino about like his
It was-
why he chose to make.
See,
the
that's
Hateful
what you
Eight.
should be
I
doing.
prepared
It was
Ben prepared.
It got a 9.5 out of 10, but
from IGN.
yeah,
Isn't
one,
it the, like, gaming?
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
a gaming website.
one of the most interesting portions was when, in reference to the face rape scene, they called it one of Samuel L. Jackson's most hilarious and memorable monologues.
Is
I would have to
that's
agree with
all
that.
you got for us.
That's. I mean, I
In
guess.
reference to what we have, I don't think it's hilarious. Definitely memorable.
I
They
was
thought that
memorable.
entire scene was dark comedy.
Oh no, it was. I
It's
think it
really-
was.
I mean,
Was it
dude.
really?
Oh, I was laughing, but like I was kind of like, this is messed
You're
up.
just
I
like,
wasn't
this is
cool
so
with it.
messed up.
You weren't laughing at that?
Not
Yeah,
particularly.
I'm gonna be honest. I mean, you sat next to him. I was waiting for a Biddle outburst.
Not
The-
a single one.
Not a single one.
It
There,
wasn't like explicitly funny.
there was no Kingsman outburst.
You have something you want to talk about, Biddle?
Um,
Is there another?
there's
point?
enough meds to deal with it. It's fine.
Yeah.
What?
Anyway, now I was waiting for your outburst because we
Yeah.
had it in Kingsman. We certainly had it in Avengers: Age of Ultron.
We just had it about 2 minutes ago.
We had it about 2 minutes ago, but we didn't get one in this movie. And I actually thought this movie was funnier than all those other two. So
What moment
First-
did you particularly?
Yeah, what was the comedy
there was
moment?
Was
okay.
it the moment
When
where
Channing
the
Tatum
pregnant
double-barrel
woman
shotgun
shot
Oh,
you?
oh,
that
first
one
of all,
guy
hold
in the
up.
outhouse.
Dude, we have not said spoilers.
Oh, well, it's kind of.
We're gonna be talking about this
People who
movie
have
like you
seen
were in the
film.
theater. Yeah, we're
With
gonna be talking about
us.
this movie like you were in the theater.
So
with
Speaking of people
us.
in the theater with us, Carrie is down for doing a call in. Like
Really?
so
Colin.
Oh,
Yeah.
we might need to. Okay,
One of
so
those
Biddle, we
things.
might need to actually. Well, not now. We'll
Special
do it in a
guest.
few minutes from now. We'll do a little.
Beach girl.
But
Carrie.
yeah, we're gonna have a special guest calling in. What's her name?
Beach Girl Carrie.
Don't do it right now.
Beach girlfriend Carrie.
Beach.
I'm just gonna text her about it.
So she might not be down, but you're saying she'll be down.
Yeah.
Carrie.
Okay, I got you. Sweet. So, okay, I got you. So anyway, we are gonna be going in depth on the Hateful Eight, the new Quentin Tarantino movie. Absolutely one of the best directors of our time. every one of his. I don't think he's made a bad movie. Are we in agreement with that? We are all in agreement. We love his movies,
Yes,
right? Okay,
absolutely.
cool. So I mean, he's had Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, Kill Bill. I say is one movie. Volume 1, 2. I say is one movie. Yeah, the whole bloody affair. And then Inglourious Bastards, Django Unchained in 2012, and his 8th film, The Hateful Eight. So, first of all, guys, we all saw this in 70mm.
It was awesome.
Overture, intermission,
So fucking
so cool.
Missed
What was
the
your
overture.
Ben into the mic? What was your favorite part about that experience?
Well, I gotta say, getting like that classical like 50s Ben Hur experience
Oh yeah.
was really cool.
Really well
The
said.
whole overture
I
and
did some
you like to
research on
interject?
this.
Are you
Yeah.
Let the man
I
finish.
did
alright?
some research on
Let the-
70
I got
millimeter
out maybe
film.
half a sentence.
Let the man finish, Biddle.
Interject.
Biddle, let the man
Like-
finish.
Okay, well,
Keep
I
going,
mean,
keep going.
I thought the whole like seeing it in the 70s. I'm really glad I had that whole like film experience because it's obvious that Quentin Tarantino just like loves movies more than like the only person I've met. Like Ryan is you're the only person who I've met who actually loves movies that much. But,
Aw.
like, I'm sure Quentin Tarantino like.
Yeah, no,
he-
the dude is a fan.
He's a little bit of a fan. He likes to watch like ancient movies for fun and just like he loves that shit. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
So you loved it. You had a great
I
experience.
thought the whole experience was my favorite part, and the murder mystery, the fact that the movie was a murder mystery, and like even though they kind of
It was Clue.
it was. I know,
It was
like,
basically
everyone's saying
Clue.
that it's like Clue.
For the first 2/3, it was like Clue.
Yeah, and then they give it, and then because okay, so I liked.
And then it was like the ending of
90%.
Clue
I
we
would
all
say
wanted.
I liked 98% of the movie, but like the one tiny issue I had with that like the reveal was it was kind of like they were like picking people off, and then they just like spilled the marbles, and it's like it's
So
just
we'll get into our negatives and positives about it later.
Okay, so I
let's
wanna
just
say
let's
my
stick into the like
experience.
yeah
Okay.
the experience.
So the whole like, my favorite part was Quentin Tarantino wanting to pay homage to the whole like film.
The whole the like I guess a
Film
western.
experience.
Oh yeah the 70
Like,
like the old film
old
experience.
time where there would be
He
an
shot this in
overture,
film.
The road show.
and the road show, and there'd be an intermission, and we got the sick pamphlet. So the whole cinematic experience is really my favorite part. I loved it. My girlfriend loved it. You guys all seem to love it. Jeff.
All right, Jeff. So Jeff did not see it with the three of us. Jeff saw it the night before. He saw opening night roadshow.
So
Tell
Christian
us
is
about
dead.
that experience real quick
So
with how you were
Christian's
early.
Christian and his dad.
Oh, okay, I was like.
All right, I'll be dead honest. I was just trying to see the road chip, and I stumbled into the wrong theater.
Oh jeez. Whoa, you're right. You're right there.
I heard the road chip was going to be an 80mm, actually.
Wow.
Okay, let's see.
No, he saw it. He saw it.
I did see this movie. Yeah, it was a great movie.
I did see the road trip though. Sorry, keep going. Review is up.
I have to agree with Ben. I thought the soundtrack was incredible. That was one of my favorite parts of it. There we go. I like
Absolutely.
the prelude,
Yes.
interlude, whatever it was in the beginning was cool.
Overture, yeah.
Overture, and then
Overture.
the intermission. So yeah, I like the
Intermission.
music. Biddle.
Well, I saw this movie with these guys, and I actually did a little bit of research before watching the movie. I saw the prequel for it twice.
Oh yes.
That's right. What was that?
That was the Ridiculous Six.
Oh yes.
Cinematic.
The Adam Sandler
Yeah.
Netflix flick.
Brought to
Film.
us by Adam Sandler, the most watched movie in Netflix history.
Is it really?
No.
Yes.
This-
You think I would lie about that?
That's that.
It is
No.
a fact reported by Netflix, the most watched movie.
New
in their
released.
history.
Like new released.
No, just out of every single movie in their library, it's the one that's been watched the most.
I can't believe.
I don't
that.
believe that at all.
Well, it's
Can't
because they
believe
put it
that.
at the front of
Oh, you're
Netflix
totally
videos,
right.
so
Yeah,
everyone-
like everyone
it's
watched.
probably not like people who it probably doesn't includes people that started it and were going, oh my god, this is so horrible and offensive.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
David made me
Well,
sit through
2 hours.
Was it 2 hours and 30 minutes?
No, it's a full 2 hours because I remember you can watch the Ridiculous Six twice, and then you can like also watch the.
Did you
Hateful
laugh
Eight
once?
Oh, I laughed a couple
Oh.
times. Yeah,
my
oh yeah,
God.
that's some great.
I've never seen a more like offensive, poorly acted.
It was funny.
Fuck
I
off.
think it was better than the Ridiculous. I think it was better than the Hateful Eight. More jokes
No.
in
If
that
you
one.
say-
Get
okay,
outta
that-
here.
alright,
No
now-
one
Get
got
outta here.
mouth raped in that movie, Ben. How offensive is that?
Okay,
Okay,
David,
clearly something
there's
in
a
your
girl
childhood.
there's a Native American woman who's
There's
addressed.
nothing.
David, there's a Native
You're
American
sinking.
woman who's addressed as Beaver's breath. and it was so like the movie's so offensive that the people walked off stage.
Yeah.
Like, they walked off set.
Well, yeah, that's what I heard. I remember when
That was news like
when they were making it, like that was a big news report that people were coming off set.
It's obvious why.
Oh yeah, no, like it's offensive. It's
a shit movie. But
and
I sat
of course they
watched
release
the
it the
whole
same
thing.
weekend that the Hateful Eight comes out, and we got a what do we have?
Prequel.
It's a prequel, yeah. So, but did you like it? Like,
Oh, the Hateful
I
Eight.
like-
Yeah, I thought it was a good movie. It was cool how it was like kind of like a play.
yes, so
It's
that's what I was gonna
literally
get
a
into.
play.
So
That was-
personally, gonna be honest, like I'm a big film guy, and I was really psyched to see it in 70mm. I've never seen a movie projected 70mm before, especially like an entire feature film that was 3 hours long.
I just saw
I gotta tell you though, I didn't really notice the 70mm projection after they went indoors. The whole first scene where they're outdoors in the blizzard, it was really apparent. It looked awesome. It looked beautiful.
I actually noticed it because my eyes are really sensitive to changes in light because I get migraines and the
Okay.
flashing of the white snow because it kept going
Well, yeah.
dark.
So
and I almost got a
I got
full-blown
that
headache.
Well, I totally noticed it. Like so it looked
like I nearly like went into like a mini coma.
it looked gorgeous in the snow. I
It looked
totally
so good
noticed.
though.
It looked brilliant, but when it was indoors, really didn't think it was a big deal.
It was really widescreen.
I thought
Didn't change anything for me because
But
I saw it
here's the
again
shot.
at AMC and didn't look like for the indoor scenes. Didn't look anything different. Everything outside looked gorgeous. I could totally tell. Like I was expecting more outside, but this is a movie that just takes place like a play, two settings: the stagecoach and the cabin. And I really only thought the 70mm mattered when it was outside. Couldn't care less inside.
Here's a little bit more notes. When searching this movie up on IMDb, the plot keywords come up. I'm just gonna list them in the order that they showed up. Murder, obviously Tarantino. Blizzard, it's a snow-based movie.
Of course.
Bounty hunter,
Right.
Like two of the characters are bounty hunters, right?
Yep.
Stagecoach, it's
Yes.
half of where the place,
Like the first
half where it
act
goes
is in the
on.
stagecoach.
Okay. The next IMDb plot keyword is oral rape. Go see the Hateful Eight.
Is it?
It is. It is.
All right, let's just talk about that scene so we can get that out of the way.
I'm gonna keep bringing it up.
So,
Nope. Nope.
This is really uncomfortable.
Not like my uncle did.
all right.
the one that
Easy.
always wears the
Easy.
bandana.
We're off
Wait,
the
hold
rails.
up.
We're off the
Are
rails.
these cargo curtains?
Can you just let's stay on target here. Stay on target. Stay
thought I'd
on
see that.
target. It's a Star Wars reference. David would not know.
Wouldn't get it.
So listen, that scene was the Gimp Pulp Fiction scene of the movie. Would we agree?
Yeah.
That scene was the
Like the shock.
yeah.
I think but
That
it
was the
also,
eye pull out of Kill Bill.
Right, but it was also like Samuel Jackson's the monologue. He always gets one. Like he gets like in Pulp Fiction he had two in Pulp Fiction that were really like he had the one in the
Of course, he has the Bible passage.
when they break into the guy
in the final
Yeah.
scene.
break into the guy's apartment and then when they're in the diner.
Yeah.
Those are like his two monologues.
And
He
and
has
then
this one, which is like
Right.
literally just him talking for 15 minutes. And it's so much that other characters can kill other characters in that time.
right.
But whatever.
And he even has one in Django when he's hanging upside down and he's naked, which is also that scene of that movie. They're all like, "What the heck?"
Yeah.
So he always does that.
He always
This
gets
one I think surprised me, not
Well-
more than the Pulp Fiction one, but
Oh.
more so than any of his other movies. This got closest to that level. Like
course, dude,
when it hit there, because if you're thinking about it, so the Confederate guy is the only one who hadn't really done anything wrong. Of course, his past he did things wrong.
Are you
The fact
talking
that
about, like within the scope of the film.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the characters. Like every
So
other
the
character
Like,
kind of
at
had
the
a
start of
problem.
the film,
Right.
They were
The
okay.
Confederate from the start of the film hadn't done anything wrong. He's just a guy. He's chilling out, wrong place, wrong time. Of course, he lost the war. Of course, he's racist. Yeah, there's all that. But like, as what we've seen from him, he's done nothing wrong. And then Samuel L. Jackson just comes in, basically said, "Oh yeah, I tortured your son."
Let's make it very clear. Samuel Jackson is not a hero character.
He's
Oh,
the
no
anti-hero.
characters
8
are.
or 9 because I spent like half the movie counting how many characters
There's
there
the
are 9
stagecoach
characters.
driver.
The
He's
he's
not
a
he's
Hateful
not the
Eight.
Hateful Eight, and
Neither
nor
is Channing.
Despite
nor is
being-
Channing.
Norris Channing?
So look,
Channing.
let's count them out. So we got.
So
in
none
fact,
of the
hold on.
characters are they are
Let's
all
look-
anti like they're
Let's
all
look in
villains.
this. We got this Hateful Eight Roadshow booklet. So we can, and I got a
So
poster
you
of
can probably just
Oswaldo.
count 'em off.
So here we got. I can read them off. These are the Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
Even though there are 10 characters, really. Well, 11 if you count the mini girl.
And there's
Sim-
more than that.
So you have Major
Sweet
Marquise,
Dave.
Oh my
Major Marquise Warren, the bounty hunter. Kurt Russell playing John Ruth, the hangman. Jennifer Jason Leigh, Daisy Domergue, the prisoner. Damien, I'm not even gonna say the actors' names anymore. Bob, the Mexican. Joe Gage, the cowpuncher. Chris Mannix, the sheriff. Oswaldo Mabre, the little man. And
Tim.
then you had the Confederate general.
What's his
Tim
So that was
Robbins.
eight.
Tim
Allen.
Tim-
Tim Allen, Santa
Tim
Claus.
Allen, the Santa Claus. Tim Robbins.
No, not
the
Tim
Shawshank
Roth.
Redemption.
Yeah, Tim
guy.
Roth. All right, so first of all, let's just get onto this. So, Hateful Eight, Quentin Tarantino's eighth movie. I absolutely adore this. Stop making noise, man.
Bring me these foods to eat.
That was for the pregame.
Oh, okay.
All right, so yeah, thank you, Jeff. Thank you.
Um,
See, this is why we have Jeff here. This is a man who knows the priorities.
Yeah, Ryan, I did spill many seeds, but
Okay,
I will pick them up.
that's all right.
later.
We'll do that later. I just see all these oats on the ground. I'm like, okay. So I absolutely love this movie. This movie is a lot like a play. Like you said earlier, it's two places. It's not a 3-act structure, but this could be on a stage.
Yeah, yeah.
I can see people acting this out, and I think will be acted out. Yeah, Ben just got a chair. I'm sorry, we're a little different today, guys. It's a special episode of the show.
I'm not a professional.
Can you stop shouting? You know, lock him out. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, what was I about to say? So then, the best part of any Quentin Tarantino movie, in my opinion, is the dialogue and how he creates the characters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean the action, give or take, it's pretty over the top. I love it. I think that's how violence should be portrayed in movies for the most part. It's over the top, not real. I mean, not like.
There were some scenes that were pretty real, namely the scene where
No,
you know,
stop
that guy was forced to suck Samuel L. Jackson's dick.
All right, we gotta stop bringing that one up. That's not violence. I guess it kind of is.
It's the worst.
It's disturbing.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's art.
Oh well, no. Okay.
It's art.
When that one Australian girl got shot, there was some really crazy.
God, did you like her?
I liked her.
Zoe Bell.
Yeah, I thought she was good.
What else is she in?
You know what? She was Uma Thurman's stunt double in Kill Bill.
What else is she
And
in?
she was
though?
turned into an actress. That was it. Like Quentin Tarantino brought her up as an actress. She hasn't been much. That's literally
Has
it.
she been in other Quentin Tarantino movies?
I think she was in Django for she didn't have dialogue. She had a bandana on the entire time. But she's in Django briefly.
I feel like I've seen her though. Whatever.
I thought did an alright job. I really did.
She
I
was
thought
good.
she was good. So
Professionalism.
I love the dialogue in this movie, and this is his longest movie he's ever made.
And we're gonna make a review that's the same amount of time.
Exactly. So with the intermission and overture, it's 3 hours long. Without, it's about 2 hours 46 minutes.
Yeah. Hit him with the cord.
So I love the dialogue. My favorite scene, I think, besides the ending, of course, was when they're at the dinner table and we find out about his letter. All right.
yeah.
So they introduced the concept of the letter he gets from
Abraham Lincoln.
Lincoln.
Who apparently
beginning.
I think is black.
So and he starts making he brings it out and shows John Ruth, Kurt Russell, and the stagecoach earlier on in the movie to save his life. He needs that thing to save his life, and I bought it. I thought it was a real letter
Yeah.
until he actually said it wasn't. Did you all think the same?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, I had no reason to think it wasn't a letter from Abraham Lincoln.
Because we had no reason.
Yeah,
at
yeah,
this
no, you
point
know
to
reason-
distrust
exact-
these characters.
but then
Yeah.
when they revealed it, I'm like, duh, of course it's not.
Right.
Yeah.
Like obviously this guy's lying.
And
Yeah.
it was Mannix, the sheriff, played by Walton Giggons. He was my favorite character in the entire movie.
He was
This
sick.
is like his first big thing, right?
He was in Django. He was like a bad
He
guy.
looks familiar. He looks like he could totally have been just like a racist guy in Django.
Yeah.
He was in Predators.
That's how I know
He
him.
was the prisoner in Predators.
Are you talking about like AVP predators?
No, just Predators. The one where they're all dropped on like a
on
planet.
that planet.
A lot like this
the-
movie.
like
they're all
the
bad
new one?
people.
Is there any-
I've
you
only
stop
seen
squeezing
that
your
on
water bottle?
FX.
Are you talking about the new one?
Yes.
Yes, the new one. He's in that as like a prisoner. He hasn't had a big role, but this I think is his big role.
Yeah.
He was at first. I'm gonna be honest. When he was in Stagecoach, he was annoying the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Didn't like him at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
well,
sucked.
that's how I think
He
they're
said the
trying
N-word
to.
many times.
He said it
That's
many
how
times.
they're trying to depict him,
Jeff-
him and the girl. They're trying to make him very unlikable.
Can you close that door? So and then slowly as the movie goes on, and as Samuel L. Jackson begins to like him more and more, Ben, you gotta shut up. I'm serious. We can hear that. I'm gonna call you out, man.
I tried to back
Look,
up so you couldn't hear it.
I'm gonna call you out every time.
Okay, I'm done. I'm
No,
just
it's
trying
cool.
to stay hydrated. not
Look, I
die.
love you, man. I'm serious. I'm
These
kidding.
are really nice
Drink
microphones.
water.
They can hear everything.
I'm kidding. Drink water. Drink water.
Be hydrated, man.
I'm totally kidding. Just drink the water. Totally fine. What was I saying? Oh yes, I think he was amazing in this. He cracked me. He thought he was so funny. During
The sheriff.
Oh yeah.
when they had the guys cornered against the
Oh,
wall,
that part was funny.
Yeah.
and he called who poisoned the coffee.
Yeah.
And started so funny.
He's like, I knew it.
Yeah.
I'm right. Oh, I called it. Biddle, what did you think?
I thought that was a pretty good sign, if you ask me.
It was.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna attempt a southern accent.
You shouldn't. I don't know what you're talking about, Jimmy.
I'm not an actor.
You were Kato.
All right.
Tyron Fred
let's-
was my
let's-
breakout role.
All right, guys, let's get into
Yeah,
my
yeah,
conspiracy
you go.
real
You
quick.
go. What were you? Okay, so Biddle has a conspiracy here.
Ben,
Make sure you show the camera.
Get the iPad. We'll go the reverse view so you
Can you do
see
that?
the.
No, you can't. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Oh, you can't.
I'm just gonna selfie with it. I'm just gonna. Really struggling with this. Okay.
All right, so Biddle is currently writing down the title, the Hateful Eight. Instead of ATE, he just put like the number 8, which is kind of neat. I saw that in the marketing, and he's counting how many digits, if you will, or how many characters are in the title. So the Hateful Eight. So he has an 8 as the word 8, and 8 as ATE. How many digits are in there, Biddle? It's 9, right?
Yeah, on the first one.
It's about 9 digits.
Here.
Oh my.
And then the second version of the title, with the ATE,
Oh no.
is 11.
That's backwards. I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know what to tell you.
So he has a conspiracy that this movie has a 9/11 under.
Can I say something?
No idea what he's talking about.
Jet fuel cannot melt steel beams.
No, it
Turn
can't.
that around.
But
Jet
I don't know
fuel
what you guys
cannot
want to make it.
melt
Here, we'll put it in
steel
here.
beams.
Don't know what he's talking about. Biddle, what did you think of the movie? You brought your dame to it.
Oh yeah.
You should call her up.
We should.
Guest.
I don't-
special guest.
You talk about it.
Okay, yeah,
I'll find her on your
You
contacts.
don't want to do that. There are pictures. So what? I thought the movie was pretty good. I thought it was like the action scenes weren't as cool.
What action scene?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was mostly just people getting shot, not a ton of like action. A lot of tense scenes, a lot of weird scenes. I liked it when people get shot. I thought it was cool, and there's a lot of that in this movie. It really wanted me. After that movie, I went to the farm the next day and I just fired rounds through my revolver, and I felt so good.
Stop talking about that. Okay, Jeff, bring some sanity back to the show. What did you think of? What did you think of the Hateful Eight?
That's like previous.
All right, Jeff, bring some sanity to the show. What did you think of it? What did you think of this?
I would say the defining characteristic for me is that it had me on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff.
I just
Thank you.
exactly. I had no idea what was gonna happen.
The tension was real.
Exactly. I went to the intermission. I'm like, oh, it's a stagecoach. He killed everybody, and then he just dies
Wait, you
immediately.
mean like the stage?
Yes.
Killed
Yes.
everyone.
It's the driver.
The driver. Well, okay, I
And then
misspoke.
you saw him start vomiting blood, and you're like, oh no,
Yeah.
he's super
That
dead.
was okay. That was so much blood,
That was a
Yeah,
lot.
that
And
was
then
a lot.
Kurt Russell, like I was like, oh wait, Kurt Russell's dead.
just so
He
quickly.
just gets like.
I know, and the way he died, that's what Jeff was afraid would happen to him if he was with you. That's what we were getting at. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, Jeff,
I'm so sorry. I'm so
my-
sorry.
My Crohn's repelled you.
No, that was pretty violent.
Yeah, I mean,
really bloody.
you could say it
He
was Tarantino-esque
projectile vomited blood.
blood, correct, and then was like his. I think he had a revolver point blank at his chest, and then he just like blew.
Who
it
shot him?
back out. I think it was the
girl.
Oh yeah, she got a gun.
Okay.
She got his gun.
She had. Did you notice? Yeah.
That's right.
Throughout the entire movie, that she had like a weirdly flirty relationship with Samuel L. Jackson's character, and like nothing ever came of that, or like.
It
did you
was.
What are you talking
She was
about?
treating him strange.
She was
Yeah,
I didn't see it.
Like,
I don't know.
You didn't
what
see
you're
that?
Talking about.
Didn't see that.
She would like wink at him and like smile at
Dude,
like
she's-
only him, but
it's just a
only
call
him.
him.
Oh,
And
I
then
know what you're
call
talking
him
about.
the N-word.
Dude, it's called.
That's
called
right.
Being a huge bitch.
Well,
That's right.
but-
That's right. That's what it's called.
And being able to manipulate people.
That those guys were there to bust her out. That her brother,
That's why she was so
is
confident.
under the floorboard. So she was like, "Oh, there might be a situation where he's the last one left, and we somehow got to like persuade him to let us go."
So she can't be
So I
told.
think everyone was really smart and layered. Like that's what I love
Yeah.
about this movie. Like
Good characters.
every character had like something going on, especially the Mexican.
Oh,
Lettuce.
Yes.
that's good.
So in that interview I watched with
Italiano.
Tarantino, he said that he got his inspiration from the movie from like watching these old westerns from the '60s and how there would be these shows where the characters would be introduced, but you would know very little about. And there's like a new guy every episode, and there would be, main characters dealing with them. And then like about maybe a third through the episode, you'd learn like their backstory, and you wouldn't be sure if it was.
And
real
their
or
guest
not.
star.
Yeah,
It's a
they're
guest. What was this
star.
interview?
Oh god, I don't know. Who
I
did
might
it.
have saw this one.
Yeah, that's what I was watching before I came
Yeah.
over here. And it was like, what if I wrote? And he said, what if I wrote a movie with?
They're all guest stars.
They're all
basically.
characters like that, where you
Yeah.
just can't tell if they're good or bad until like 90%.
And they're all bad. That's the thing. They're all.
There's not a single like, except for the stagecoach driver, who's just
Who-
kind of
Yeah.
neutral.
But he's
like-
not one of the 8. He's
he's
not one
like-
of the 8.
No, he's not. But he is. But he is like that's why he's a neutral character.
Right,
He
like-
along
didn't have
with
any,
all
like,
the people that
backstory.
died.
I
Well,
mean,
he was like, he was just like he had the cool glasses. Remember?
Yeah, no,
by the
and
way,
hat.
he had one of the best moments of the movie when he had to go out in the cold, came back,
Yeah.
and literally just grabs bearskin
Yeah.
and curls up to the fire. That was me after I saw this movie because I came home. We were actually going to do our recording then. I was locked out of the house.
Oh my
David Provo left me. Oh, let's just talk about for a second how awful David Provo is because that episode. No,
He's
David's
the
an awesome
worst.
kid. He's awful.
I can talk about.
Oh, at least I'm here.
I could talk about David Provo
Oh, this is your chance to do
Stop
it.
it.
publicly.
and his sister.
Stop it. Get the hell out of here.
That's-
Get the hell out of here. Stop.
I've
Get the-
spared you.
Okay, yeah, you spared him. He will never watch this. Yeah. no, but no. So I was locked out, and I had to be here. I had to be outside the house for like 2 hours, and that's literally what I did. I just ran in, grabbed.
serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. We lit a fire.
sucks.
It sucked. I should have gotten sick. It was New Year's Eve. Oh, it was awful.
Should we call Carrie?
That's horrible.
Bring in
Yeah,
guest
let's call
star.
Carrie. We have a caller on the line.
Did we finish? Did you guys all get this?
Oh yeah, I'm just. So wait, what was the last thing you were saying to your interview?
Okay, so I was talking about how like all the and that's how he came up with the idea of the movie was that he wanted to write characters that were all like questionable, like gray characters until you found out whether or not their backstories were true, and then he did that in the fourth act, which I didn't love. I kind
Yeah,
of
the
wish
fourth
he waited
act.
until the very end, like in Pulp Fiction.
Absolutely agree. We'll get to that in 1 second.
Oh,
We have a guest. We have a guest caller on the line. Hey, caller, what is your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, you're on the air.
You're on the MovieGoers Talk Show.
Hello,
Is this Carrie?
this is Carrie.
Hi, Carrie. How you doing?
Does it come
I'm
through?
great. How are you?
Good. We heard that you saw the Hateful Eight with David George Biddle.
George David.
George David Biddle. Sorry, I always get that mixed up. What? What did you think, Carrie? What did you think as a woman? What did you think?
I I liked it. I didn't love it. I thought it was kind of unimpressive.
Unimpressive.
I guess I had my hopes up a little too high.
Your hopes were up. Okay. What did you think of
Yeah.
the one female character in this movie who is constantly called a bitch, a whore, is beaten, and later hung by the neck while men are laughing? What did you think of her?
Kind of just sounds like a normal date with Carrie.
Treated that way?
I'm sorry, what?
I said, aren't most women supposed to be treated that way?
That's right.
Perfect.
This is why we love Carrie. This is why we love Carrie.
Welcome
I
to
did.
2016, folks.
Trump 2016.
Yeah.
But no,
What
but
happened to
really.
no political views?
I mean, I actually thought she was more than that. That was a bad that was a bad assessment of who that character
you gotta
was.
think of the times.
She literally, you gotta think of the times, and also you gotta think like she had a plan the entire time. She was waiting, and she's a murderer, so of course they're gonna treat her like that.
Liar,
Can you hear
because-
Ben and what he says?
I can hardly hear much.
Oh, okay. That's
Why don't we just let her just talk?
Yeah.
That way she can.
So what else
Ryan,
did
why
you
don't
think of the
you ask
movie?
her question? No. I don't want to talk. Like I'm saying.
Carrie.
No, I'm saying
What else did
Ryan
you-
is interviewing
What else
her.
What else did you think about the movie? I know you. So you were unimpressed with it. Did you think it was slow?
Did I think it was slow?
Yes.
What is slow? Did it
No,
Yeah.
slow.
Slow.
Speed, wow.
Slow.
Yeah, I guess it flowed well. I just thought it was kind of boring.
That's
I mean,
not the question you
it was
asked.
definitely action packed, but like it didn't really go anywhere.
I'll agree. So you thought it was a little slow, because I mean the general movie-going audience who isn't like a fan of Quentin Tarantino could feel that way. Like this movie, if you're not into his dialogue, if you're not into his characters, this movie could be a snore fest.
Which my girlfriend
I love
usually isn't,
Tarantino,
but for
like,
some reason
Hateful
she
Eight
was.
definitely my least favorite of his movies.
Interesting. That's a totally okay view. You're not alone there. I think a lot of people actually feel the same. But for me, it was one of my favorites of his. Not my all time. I think it was more of like a play. There was not nearly enough action. It was a lot more dialogue. So I guess if you're not into like his dialogue as much and more so the action and progressive story, we totally get that. David, do you have any questions for her?
I liked it when you held my hand during the movie.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much for calling, Carrie. We're gonna need a let's let her go. Let's let her
All
go.
right,
Yeah,
I'm
let her
letting you go.
We're gonna hang it up now. Hang.
Bye.
Get the pun there. I love how her first response is, isn't that how all women are supposed to be treated?
Isn't it?
Wow, you found a keeper there, David.
Yep.
Well, they're a match made in somewhere.
Match made in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere you don't want to go.
All right, Jeff. We haven't heard a lot from you, so let's throw the ball to you. We're gonna start with negatives of this movie. All right, we're getting to some of the things we didn't like that much. Of course, no film's really perfect. Any problems you have with this? Anything? It's okay if you didn't. Just
I mean,
nitpicking.
I would like to see it a second time. That's not a negative at all. I'm just saying, like, I think given the information that we have now, it would be interesting to see how it played out a second time. That's my negative.
That's good. That's good.
That's it. Yeah.
So watching, you're saying it would be interesting to see the first 3 acts.
Yeah, because with all the information.
knowledge, okay.
You want to see the first? Yeah. Okay.
I think
So
I wanna see it again,
this is
but
the problem I
wanna
had.
see it again.
I had one kind of quip with this movie. I said this in my review. And it was the scene that Ben was bringing up earlier. So the entire movie, it's like Clue. They're trying to figure out who's not who he says he is. And it turns out it's 3 guys. It's the Mexican, Joe Cage, and Oswaldo.
Right, so it's not actually one conspirator. It's actually 3 conspirators.
And they show, and they talk about what happened before the cabin. We kind of are painted this like we have an idea of what happened before, because Samuel L. Jackson's character is constantly hinting like, oh, Minnie would never let a Mexican hold the farm, or oh, where are they? Oh, they're up the mountain. There's a blizzard. They would never leave. Like we always get like this idea. Oh, how these guys get here? We see the blood splatter on the couch. We're like, okay, there's something wrong here.
But that's not until the guy rips it off.
But yeah, no, that was before the scene. So the scene I'm referring to is it's after the intermission. It's Act 4. It's Chapter 4. So it's the scene where we get to see how Channing Tatum, Oswaldo, Joe Gage, and the Mexican got there. At first, we can't hear you in the. So at first, I really liked that we get to see that. I thought it was a cool scene. I was like, oh sweet, we actually get to see what happened before. But honestly, when that scene ended, I think that was the only scene in the movie that dragged for me, because I'm like, okay, they're all gonna die. Like what are we waiting for here?
Though. I mean,
there was
my
suspense.
Heart was pounding when then they were getting ready to signal and they're all setting up to do.
Yeah.
Is there like that girl who was like
Minnie?
No, like the blonde chick was super likable. Minnie was really like she was this like really kind old lady.
Sweet Dave. Ask me if I got a fat ass.
Nice guy, and he was just like
Weak.
they were all just like
I'll
3
speak in
innocent
French and
characters,
shit.
and like it's obvious these guys are gonna murder them, and know it's gonna be super violent.
But it's
and
like
uncomfortable, so you're just like your heart's pounding because you don't want to see it, and
it
happens, and he doesn't like it's not like they just show like the impact of all the bullets.
I know.
So
but normally,
realistic.
like what I love about Quentin Tarantino's scenes is when they have those big long dialogue scenes. I don't know what's happening next, and in that scenario,
It's all building
that
up to
was a
this
big long
payoff.
dialogue
Look,
scene. I did know what was going to happen
We're all
next,
gonna-
and it got boring. I was like, okay, this is a little boring.
Okay, yeah.
And then the big thing for me is, for the entire rest of the movie after that scene, I did not care about Joe Gage, did not care about Oswaldo, and I did not care about the Mexican.
You didn't care about Tim Roth?
No, I
I
didn't.
thought Tim Roth was
After
like,
that
strong
scene,
until the
after
end.
that scene, because I know what happened. Like all the mystery
Behind
like
the
all the
character.
questions I had about their characters that kept me interested in them for the entire movie, kind of disappeared after that scene.
It
I was
wasn't like
oh,
a reveal. It was like
they're just with these guys and they're bad. Oh, that's why. Which was cool to see.
And they're all liars. None of them who
It's just kind of like
it wasn't anybody figuring it out really. It just
Correct.
showed it.
It was just, all right, audience, here's the deal.
Yeah.
I was
Actually,
far more
that's not
interested.
true, because they have the reveal at the end of the fourth, or after the intermission, they have the reveal that it's 3 people.
Yeah.
And then after, it's like right after you learn that information is when it cuts to the scene with Chang.
Yeah.
Because what happens is they all get caught, and then the guy's like, I fucking knew it. Like I knew it was what's his name?
Channing.
No, the guy who's in like Joe
the cowboy
Gage.
guy.
The cow puncher.
yeah.
His character was named
Sheriff. Yeah.
No, the cow puncher.
Oh, yeah. Joe Gage.
So that he's like, not only was it me, but it was like these other guys, and then the guy's all excited, and then Samuel L. Jackson gets his nuts blown off.
That's right.
So that's where that scene ends, and then it cuts back like a couple hours prior.
Right.
Yeah.
So, well, that's the thing. So then, like, what? I just didn't care I cared way more about Samuel L. Jackson, the sheriff, and the prisoner than I did about any of those 3.
Well, that's what's interesting is besides Samuel L. Jackson, because like obviously he's going to be a central character if he's going to be in Quentin's movie. Like,
and of course I'm nitpicking. Like that didn't ruin the movie.
No,
I love the movie. It's one of my favorites of the year. Just that scene in general, I was like,
but I was
okay.
expecting me to care about Tim Roth, and like, but I actually found myself caring about the sheriff, and who I initially super hated at the start.
Yeah.
And then I even though he's not a good person, he's still a despicable man. Like, I still liked his character, you know what I mean?
And
Gotcha.
I feel like that scene kind of negates all of the stuff that you've learned about those 3 characters previous.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like there's all
What do you mean?
like there's the Tim Roth guy. He's like, oh, I'm the hangman, and he said all this like
Right,
wise
that
stuff
kinda,
about being a hangman.
Right.
And then I'm like, and then I'm like, okay, well,
Yes, he
like,
does.
I didn't notice that.
He did.
Yeah,
he switched
yeah.
accent to the one he had in like Pulp Fiction. That's you're very that's exactly that's entirely correct.
So like, was the cow puncher dude Joe Gage even like writing a book?
No, he
Not
was
that-
writing.
not that
He was
really
probably
matters,
lying
but, like-
about, like when
But,
Tim
like,
Roth was telling
yeah.
him that he was writing about to his mom or something like that.
Like,
That
I
was
wish
probably total
like
bullshit.
that, like the things that they were doing came back, like the book came
But
back
they
in
did,
some
though, 'cause
evil
remember,
way.
It showed you they were setting up for Tim Roth and everyone's arrival, and then it shows them arriving, and then like it just cuts to black as soon as they kick open the door.
Well, yeah. Also, what did they use to clean that thing? The thing that Mike Myers used at the end of Cat in the Hat.
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
You guys see?
Oh my
Cat.
god!
Remember that
Are you
machine
talking about that stupid ass machine at the end of Cat in the Hat?
called the Dynamic Industrial
Oh my
Renovating Tractor
God.
Majigger?
Is this with Mike Myers? Is that
Yeah.
the one?
Oh,
Wow. All right, that was quite a reference you pulled out of there. I actually gotta give you credit for that.
Thank you.
well,
Because
to be
they
fair,
cleaned it up
now,
so
but
fast.
how?
Look at there was so much blood, so much candy, so many body parts. How
To
did
be
they
fair,
clean all of this
One
up?
piece of candy did get through.
Yeah,
but,
That's
and
true,
that
it's a jelly
triggered
bean.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, he
His
was
spidey
triggered
senses
as
started
Donald
tingling.
Okay. So here, come. Let's talk about the deaths of the characters now. So wait, do we have any more negatives around the room?
Did David? Did you have?
I don't. I mean, I didn't like. I
Did you
just.
think it was too long?
I don't know. I thought the movie was like fine.
Because
Like,
here's
I don't
the
need
thing,
to buy
like,
that movie.
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
I think all of his movies up until this one warranted their runtime. This one, I'm not sure warranted its runtime. It could have been shorter, but like I didn't mind.
I didn't want it to be.
There was
shorter.
nothing. Yeah, I didn't want it to be short. I was into the dialogue. It's just that like if you're not a Tarantino fan,
It might not appeal.
unlike his other movies, you're not gonna be into this. All right, so let's talk about the character deaths.
Can I say my negative?
Oh yeah, I thought you started off.
Well, no.
Jeff did.
that's-
Sorry. Yeah, you go. Sorry about
my
that.
main negative was just mostly the same as yours, Ryan, with the placement of the reveal scene and how it was kind of just like. It was like you kind of get like one marble at a time, and then they just like dropped them all at the like, and you just know, and it's not like I was like, oh, it's 3 guys. And now
It's 3.
Tim Roth is a less interesting character, and now not Nick the Mexican, Bob
Nick
the Mexican.
Fury.
Yeah,
I thought you were about to say Nick Fury.
Yeah. Because
Yes!
now these characters that you like knew and like started to like develop your opinions on are now entirely different characters
who have just
with
been playing
with playing other characters,
acting.
and now they don't have backstories and you want to know what
They're
their
just-
backstories are now, and
you
now
know,
they're all just dying, and so you don't.
They're
yeah.
just they're
Exactly.
Just bandits who are
Yeah.
lying. That's
Yeah.
That's all. They're just bandits who
Who are lying
who
in
made
all
up a story.
really interesting ways.
Were they really even characters?
Yeah.
Yep, entirely correct. So I agree. I agree with that. I think that's certainly a negative. I don't think it took that much away from the movie.
No.
The runtime, I think, I think every scene in that film was essential to building like all
Right.
characters, and so.
And it was awesome. It was interesting. Like
Right, and
it's the
so I
dialogue.
was totally happy with the intermission. I
Okay,
think
well,
was
hold
made
up.
it
I don't
bearable.
think every scene was actually necessary, but I do think
Maybe not,
every
maybe
scene
not.
was entertaining.
Right, but
Yeah.
I think because like a
Like
lot
with
of
the
scenes,
French scene wasn't
a lot
necessary.
of scenes are just
That
like
was
literally
funny.
like uncut like 8-minute shots of just.
I gotta
something
see it again to
happening.
notice that.
Well, in the beginning, I walked in like I went to the bathroom. At
I
the
know
start
you
and
came
walked
in late.
No, I didn't come in late. I went to the bathroom to sit down.
Oh, okay.
I did.
oh, wait.
I came
Did-
in late.
So okay,
David came in
that,
late.
that the first shot of this movie is Jesus on a cross.
I don't think that has any implication.
What does Jeff think?
I mean, I have nothing to say.
Nothing to
It
say.
probably
They
does,
cut
but
back
I'm
to it
just-
at the end.
They
That's what I
did.
Did
know.
they?
Yeah.
But
So
okay.
What?
Because they died for their sins.
Well,
That's
I guess
right.
That would be true.
damn straight.
They are all sinners.
I didn't even see that
F the
first
police. Sorry.
shot. I didn't even see that
The
first
po-po.
shot, and that's what.
Oh yeah,
it
you
is.
didn't see the.
So
I didn't-
like, there's a lot of scenes that kind of just go on.
You're right. Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
There are scenes that maybe could have been 15, 20, 30 minutes.
No,
but
absolutely,
were
absolutely.
45 an hour long, and you're.
All right,
you're
so
just kinda,
Tarantino has a lot of interesting character deaths throughout all of his movies.
That's what he's known for.
There's
It's
and you know what?
Tarantino-esque
I just
violence.
noticed this the other day. There is, aside from Reservoir Dogs, there is a nut shot, like a groin kill, in every one of his movies. Pulp Fiction, Zed,
Oh, yeah.
shotgun to the
That's
crotch.
what I was just trying to think.
Kill Bill, samurai sword to the crotch. One of those like crazy 88 or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Inglorious Bastards. He's like say Alvita Zetia Nazi balls at the
Yeah, they all shoot each other.
the thing in the bar, and then Django Unchained.
Glorious
He
Bastards.
shoots whoever the sheriff was in this movie. His character in
Yeah,
Django
he
Unchained
shoots that guy
gets in
nuts.
the butt.
That's
Yeah,
why. Yeah, that's
it's
why.
not crazy.
Wait, in the butt. That's not the
In
same.
the nuts, in the nuts.
Okay, I was like. That's,
So and then in this movie, it's Samuel L. Jackson, which ultimately results in his death. So let's talk about all the character deaths. So
Yeah.
what was the first death was the Confederate, correct?
Yes.
guy.
Yeah,
He
and
just
that,
gets shot
yeah,
after his
because-
life is ruined.
yeah, Samuel L. Jackson. No, because he put the gun on the table and then taunted him with the whole beach thing that I'm just not gonna get into. And
How dare you? You already got it. Dave.
Yeah.
You already got it.
I'm not gonna get into it. And then so he put okay, now you guys are bringing it up.
No,
I was
no.
just trying to be smooth.
Yeah, keep going, keep
Okay,
going, you're good,
yeah,
you're good,
So
you're good.
We
he
don't
puts
live
the
in a
gun there
PC
because
world.
they all had like they all had rules like we're not shooting each other, just like how normal people act. And so Samuel L. Jackson with his awesome quick draw skills knew that at some point the Confederate was gonna try and shoot him with that gun that he put there. So as he like brought up to shoot
Oh,
him,
yeah.
he just like
So
hit
wait,
fired it
Is
into
there
the guy. It
any
was sick.
chance that story's not true?
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, it
Whoa,
may or
I
may
didn't
not.
Yeah,
be true.
I thought about it possibly
Because
not
Because he
being
is a
true.
liar.
I
Yes.
didn't even think about that. 'cause
He lied about the letter.
Yeah.
Maybe he was
Right,
just
but-
mad at
but-
it, and we do know he just hates he hates just white people.
And people
Yeah.
did come up and try and come after him, but I think it is true because
yeah, it's
because
detailed story.
well, I mean, not that it's a detailed story because I'm sure he could go off into a detailed story about something else, but like it's that the father was like, yeah, that's why he went out into the West anyway,
I know,
to
but
come and bounty
he
hunt you.
could have made up the whole.
Yeah,
I made him do
Yeah.
that
No,
to just
I
because
so
there's no
if he
proof.
Made it up, I think it's something that happened to him. Like he was very clear that people were coming after him all the
Yeah.
time. So it could have been something that like happened to him, just not explicitly with the guy's son, and then he just told the story as if it was the son.
Yeah.
who he
And
was
you gotta remember,
attacking.
he does this with the intent to have this dude shoot at him.
Right,
Because
he's
he
trying
Yeah.
to
puts
make
the
it
gun
be
down.
Yeah,
self-defense
yeah.
So he can be legit and shooting him.
Absolutely.
yeah, because remember
Absolutely
after
doing it to taunt him.
after the intermission, they were like, it's like, well, it was like 15 minutes have passed since like we last saw our characters, and so
Quentin
we're
Tarantino
spent
does an introduction.
debating the legality
Tarantino
of
was
what
narrating.
just
Yeah,
happened. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and like so I believe he killed his son, but like
Yeah,
I think it's interesting.
That was something that was so clear, like
Yeah, well, and I think it's I clearly believe he killed his son, but I think it's interesting how it's up in the air whether that other thing happened
which
because
other thing? I'm sorry.
The beach.
the beach.
Oh, no, that,
Be-
that happened.
Well, we
It-
don't know
it
because
totally
he may just been there to
happened.
provoke his dad.
But you have to understand. I think like,
like they did
The fact that it was so well written, though, that there's a possibility,
Yeah,
is what's
really like
impressive.
that. I think
So what was the next death after that?
Then it
Well, then
was
they became aware of the
coffee.
They got poisoned.
It was the coffee.
It was
Someone
coffee.
poisoned the coffee.
Okay, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm leaning back, and you know.
I'm so sorry, Jeff.
So it was
I gotta get a fourth chair in here. Jeff is falling on this chair.
It
I'm
was-
so sorry.
So
We gotta get him a real
the
chair.
next death was the hangman and the
No, it was the poison
Tim
coffee.
Roth, the hangman.
not the
Not the
little man
executioner.
who they never said anything about.
Well, no, it was the hangman. It was Kurt Russell.
Yeah, it was Kurt Russell
And-
and the
Tim
stagecoach.
Roth
Like
is
stagecoach
the
driver.
Yeah, I don't
hangman.
get it. It doesn't make
That's
sense.
his job.
Yeah,
His
no,
literal job is
No,
to
but Kurt Russell's guy is known as the
I
hangman.
know, but I'm just that's
I know, just
once
no.
Kurt Russell
You-
gets you.
You hang. So okay,
Kurt Russell.
so those two deaths happened.
Correct.
Did you have any idea who poisoned the coffee?
Okay, so
No.
that's where I was like
I don't even
super in.
remember.
I was super in.
Oh yeah, then
when
the tension
I was-
rose.
When I was like, oh my god, who is it? And I was just my mind was racing while I was enjoying this great diet. Like it was.
Oh,
awesome.
it
was
reached heights. The tension. It was nuts. You could feel it in the air. I was on the edge of my seat when that intermission let out. We were going bananas. In fact, we actually recorded a little tiny video that's on my other channel. I might actually include it in this video.
Do another channel?
Of us going around asking, like, who's gonna live, who's gonna survive, and I only think
Do you have our
I
reaction?
think you said everyone was gonna die.
Well, that's.
I thought one person would die. I mean, one person would be kept alive. I thought one person would be
No,
kept alive.
I thought Samuel Jackson would live through the whole thing. No. My prediction was that the girl would live through the whole thing.
The girl
Yeah,
would live for the
yeah.
whole thing.
I
That's
was-
kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I was really disappointed and extremely turned on when she died. But we'll get into that later.
No, we won't. So
Oh no.
what's the next character death? Let's just act like that didn't happen.
I want to say it's Bob the Mexican.
Yeah.
Excuse me. It was Bob the Mexican, I think. Oh yeah, because he shot him point. He went through.
double
He
back.
Sherlock Holmes them.
Yeah,
He was
Sherlock
like,
Holmes him, and
Minnie.
he didn't even like. This wasn't even about poison the coffee. He just shot him for doing.
For killing Minnie.
for killing
lying
Minnie and
for-
her husband. He's like,
Even
that's
though the
his
rest of them-
chair, and you were sitting in his chair, and he would never let no Mexican
right,
sit in his
exactly.
chair. And then he just shot him point blank in the face.
We
Oh no,
shot
he
him
shot him in the elbow,
chest.
and then double shot his face.
Yeah, no, it was boom, boom, and then it was like boom. But he was
Then
already
shot
on the
his head
ground.
clean off, and
Yeah.
so that comes back later on when they're trying to make like she's trying to like argue for her life, and they're like, oh, you could take Bob the Mexican, but he's not identifiable because his face is blown the fuck off.
Yeah.
Which I think is hilarious that Samuel Jackson as a bounty hunter would choose to kill someone like that, because that explicitly like denies him any kind of reward. If he
Well, he got off. He got some
I
sort of
guess
reward.
They all
got
died.
off.
So okay, so that,
Well,
who,
it certainly got something blown off.
who died after that?
Well, that's when
Channing.
that's when the
Wow.
marbles spill, and we find out it's all three guys who are up along the wall, and
Right.
then Channing Tatum reveals himself by shooting. Well, he kind of like he literally blows his load.
Well, no, and the
too
sheriff
early.
Mannix gets shot in the leg.
Right? Because Joe, what's his or not? No, the
Joe,
cop-
yeah.
he shoots the sheriff, and then Samuel L. Jackson, the sheriff, both shoot back at the guys. So Tim Roth is mortally wounded, and Joe Gage is mortally wounded. But then Channing Tatum, who's been underneath the entire set,
You'd think he would have
the
hopped up
whole
earlier.
movie, just decides then and there to just blow his load and shoots Samuel Jackson like between the legs and blows his testicles off, which is horrible.
How can you just get just the testicles? You're getting dicks.
Well,
That's
he
the
didn't
whole
die.
package.
Explicitly, Samuel Jackson was pretty clear saying he blew my nuts off. That's a direct quote from the movie, if I'm not mistaken. So I feel like
Can't imagine.
horrible.
I know Jeff
awful
can.
pain.
Because those bullets are now up in your stomach.
So like I was bummed that like they just fumble all that.
All right.
And
So okay, hold on. Let's get into
but wait, we're still talking about the deaths.
right, yeah. But like,
Do any of you guys remember the one-liner that Channing Tatum has? I remember it being non-remarkable.
What was it? Well,
I'm
hold on.
gonna look it up.
You're right. He did have one. Oh yeah, he was like before he shot, right? Before
Because that's what happened is
he said in Spanish.
He said adios to your cojones.
Yeah,
Or something like
Your
that.
huevos. Your huevos. Your
Yeah,
huevos.
say adios to your huevos, mother. I feel like there was a motherfucker.
And huevos
it was-
are eggs.
Yeah,
It was like
right.
amigo.
Balls. Yeah.
That's kind of where I was like. shocked
Yeah,
all
and like
along.
you didn't even know it was Channing Tatum,
Yeah.
and then
No,
but like
because
all
he
the
says
girls you
hand
could
down
kind of like
over,
you could kind of sense
and
it
then
like
you
they
just see
knew.
Channing Tatum holding a shotgun 90 degrees up, and it's like, say goodbye to your cojones, amigo, and just blows the fucking
Yeah.
shotgun. And you see Samuel Jackson just go, ah! And just, like,
And the-
What was it
holding
like?
his crotch.
With that
okay,
old
yeah.
man scream that really makes you hurt on the inside.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
not
that
good.
one.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
then, so then he comes up obviously, and because he has nothing else to do, he
That's
fires
right. Why
both
would he
shotgun
die at
shells.
that
You know,
point?
why would he only shoot one shotgun shell so he would have another? And then he comes up, and he just gets blown away in like the most hilarious way possible when he's like telling his sister that like I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna save you.
Yeah.
And then you just see
Oh,
her
yeah.
face just get splattered with his brains,
And she
you're just
freaked
like,
out.
Oh my god, it's so graphic.
And she was like, "That's forgivable. We can forgive you." When like, there's no
Yeah.
way anybody was making it out of that place alive. Like she
Absolutely
wouldn't
not.
have let the band. Like they killed her brother.
Correct.
Like you don't bounce back from that like that quick.
Jeff, what did Christian say about like the underlying? I mean, I don't know. Christian was pretty adamant that like it was sort of a statement at the end how you had forget the name of the sheriff. You had the
Yeah.
sheriff who's like at the beginning of the movie is like exposed as a huge racist, saying the N-word and everything. Even him and Samuel L. Jackson
In the
is, like,
same bed.
That's
No,
right,
no,
they were in the
watching the
same
woman
bed.
die, laughing
yes,
together,
yes.
being
I mean,
friends.
I don't know if you were going to take it a different
the
route.
same.
I'm just saying that like he's
Yeah.
got no guts. They're comfortable enough with each other. That they're just in the
Yes.
same
Well, they're
bed
like
with
best
each other.
friends at the end, which is
Yeah.
like kind of a cool statement. Also, I got to see Christian on the verge of tears when he found out that we got tickets for like the non 70 millimeter, and we're waiting in line, and the dude who's like taking our tickets is George Lucas. I don't know how
He gave all his money away from Star Wars, and now he needs to work in a
He's
theater.
working at King of Prussia ticket booth. So Mr. Watercott like cracks a joke about it, and like the dude says nothing. He's like, "Oh, these are not for the 70 millimeter," and Christian just puts his hands on his head. And he looks at us, and I'm like, all right, so we'll just see this one. And then George Lucas is, Oh yeah, you're like, yeah, it doesn't matter, no big deal, right? Lucas goes, the next one is at 10:55. An hour,
What time
and
was
50
it
minutes
now?
later.
Oh.
No, it was more than 3 hours. I think we got there. It was like 7:30. We got there for an 8:00 movie.
Oh my
and,
god!
And
So
and
you're already there early.
Mr. Watercott and I look at each other like, all right, let's just head in the movie. And Christian's like, no. We're not. Christian looks like he has just gotten dumped by his girlfriend of 10 years and just kicked in the nuts. Okay? In public. I've never seen him sadder. And then we give in and he scampers down to the office to get his tickets.
Oh my god!
And Mr. Watercott had a showing at like 8 a.m. the next day.
Guys, think about it. 70 millimeter minus the amount of films.
And to be honest,
Christian Water,
not that big a deal. Like
I
I
feel like it
saw
was
it
not a
in
big
non-70. Like the only thing that mattered to me was the intermission.
Oh, cool.
That's what made the difference.
I like
Not
that.
that I would not have waited 3 hours. I couldn't have done that.
Wait, what
I'm
do you mean
sorry.
you waited 3 hours?
They had to wait 3 hours to see it in 70 millimeter.
As opposed to
Oh,
regular
yeah, that
millimeter.
was-
Oh yeah, not only that, but we couldn't go anywhere because the parking lot's full. We were afraid we weren't gonna get a spot if we came back. So
Oh yeah, it was like a Saturday night.
I'm sitting in the lobby eating my shitty bag of gummy worms for 3 hours.
That's an amazing story.
All right,
That's an
oh my God.
amazing story. Like that, I kind of had something similar happen. Like I bought the wrong ticket to like a 70 millimeter, but at a theater in Philly. So I just swapped them out, and I like had to pay basically $30 for one ticket. But I didn't have to wait 3 hours. Christian called me and told me that, or at least some of that story.
Orwell's dad was willing to just go to the movie regardless.
Right? So wait, what time? Okay, so that was at 10:50. So you had to drive home from King of Prussia at like 2 a.m.
Yeah, we got back at 2:30.
Oh.
Couldn't have done it.
Worth it?
I can't.
I
tell
mean,
you
yeah, and
because
he
I
hasn't
haven't
seen the
it
other version,
regularly.
right? I mean, I don't know, man.
I think
Tarantino.
It was worth it for Christian sanity. If
Yeah,
nothing
I'm
else.
sure it would have been a real big blow.
Would
to
he have
his,
just
like,
lost
ego
it?
He was just a broken man. I just
sure.
saw him in shambles. In front of me.
If he had to see it alone, like
Oh
his
my
dad
God.
and friend leave him to go watch a movie together, and then he has to wait 3 hours alone the entire run of the
Yeah,
film.
because I think like if they
The
did
reason
that.
it was 3 hours is because there's only one theater that can show it.
Oh, but it was a 9. But it was a 9 o'clock showing that you got tickets for.
We got we were showing for 8 o'clock.
Oh, so they could have. You could have theoretically saw it and then saw it in 70 millimeter.
That's true.
But it would have been. You probably would have gotten that great seats. Like when we went. This is what was it? This was a Thursday or Friday. There was a line.
It was.
There
New
was a
Year's
line.
Eve, whatever day that was.
Yeah, there was a line at our showing on Friday evening, like 3 p.m. It was 3 p.m.
Yeah, I mean, I got in there late because my girlfriend showed up on time.
What?
She didn't.
She didn't show up on time.
Yeah.
Spoilers, she never does.
And that was Carrie on the phone earlier.
Carrie, yeah.
So
bought
she
my
never
tickets
does. Women.
David tells her times explicitly earlier than when she's required, so that
Yeah.
she'll be late enough that she's on time.
That's
Yeah.
what I do with my mom. Like
It
whenever we're at a
still doesn't
party,
work.
we tell my mom to leave like a half hour before we actually want to because we know she's gonna take forever saying goodbye to people. It's honestly what we do.
Good idea.
Yeah.
That's smart.
I know it's smart. That's just how. It's what you gotta do
Look,
sometimes.
women manipulate you in so many ways that you don't even know about. I'm just gonna manipulate them in one that I can understand, and that's
That
time.
She's probably aware of.
Yeah, I know she. I've told her this before. Yeah.
We're getting in deep. We're getting in deep on this podcast.
Beautiful and personal statement.
Yeah.
So, any other thoughts, guys, on the Hateful Eight? Like, what? Anything other? What else want to talk about? I mean,
Let's see what I
I guess I gotta say is like
when was the
I'm
last
impressed.
time you had that much tension in a theater where I had no clue what was about to
I can't
happen?
say-
I got to, and there's no other movie I can say that.
There was a lot
none
more
of the
sexual
characters were-
tension going on in that theater.
There's no other movie I can think of. Stop it. There's no other movie I can think of where I didn't actually like any of the main characters, but I was so invested. in all of them.
yeah, yeah. Every single one of them, I was like, "What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?" None of them I'd want to be around, really.
Correct.
I wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, costuming, really quick. That was sick. Every single character looked fly as hell.
I felt
Exchange
cold.
wits with any of these characters.
They filmed that. Okay, so if you read the little manual thing that they gave you, it said that they had it. It was all built in like. Most of it was filmed in that sound stage where like they had the thing, and they legitimately like chilled that down to like the,
Wow.
to like below freezing, so you could see their breath. Because
Wow.
that was 70 millimeter. You can't edit that in post.
That's right. Well,
Well, unless you're George Lucas.
yes, you can.
What?
I mean, I'm kidding. Yeah, I mean, you can, but like all those breaths, that would have
I
been,
know,
that would've
yeah,
been ridiculous.
And it worked.
My sister's like
I
an art
felt
designer
cold.
person
That's really
or something,
interesting.
and she was like, "There's no way." Yeah. There was like, she was like, "There's no way anybody would have sat there and edited in that much, like just breath.
Yeah,
That's
that,
obnoxious."
that absolutely looked amazing. I
So
felt
they,
cold.
they
in the
chilled
theater.
it. They chilled it.
What was your favorite part of the entire movie? That's what we're gonna do. After we do that, we're gonna give
Can we say,
numbers.
Like, the whole scene, or does it have explicitly be like a
Moment.
Because there are,
It can be a scene. It can be a moment.
I think I just like from start to finish the whole stagecoach release. Like, that whole scene.
So you
I
like
really
that?
enjoyed.
With the shotgun out the window. Who are you?
Yeah, like that was just like a
Basketball.
really like
The intro.
yeah, and then
I love the ending with the letter when he was reading it. He's like,
Yeah.
hey, you have that letter on it. It's covered in blood, and he reads. And he's like, nice touch,
Yeah.
because that scene itself was a nice touch on the movie.
yeah.
It's a great parallel. Awesome Tarantino scene.
Tarantino knew that was a good scene, so he had it in the line just so you guys knew too.
Yeah, it's really true.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
exactly
He's like,
right.
this is a good scene, right, audience? No, but I liked the scene where they were just going around Minnie's haberdashery during the day, because it was like a totally different vibe before. Sorry, you go. It was a totally different vibe like before they got there. So like
Are you talking about
when the three guys showed up, although it like ruined, it wasn't like
For
it was
me, I
weird
didn't like that, but you like that.
plot-wise.
It's totally fine.
But like I just think like as a thing, I enjoyed that probably most because it wasn't like too long, I guess.
That's interesting
10
because
minutes.
so your favorite part was like my least favorite.
Well, it wasn't great. They could have not had that scene and
that's
made
fine.
the movie
I'm
be
just
better.
saying that
But it was a
it's
cool
probably-
scene just because like you were
Season's
just in
different here.
Minnie's haberdashery. People are dying. People are dead. It's
So you got a
dark.
breather.
It's
You got a
blizzard.
breather.
It's a blizzard. Everything's going to shit. And then like you're in there in the middle of the afternoon. Nobody's dead.
Right.
Nobody's really even about to
It
die.
looked nice.
Yeah.
You got to see
well,
how it looked before all the
yeah.
carnage.
Yeah, and then you get all the carnage again,
Absolutely.
and then you're right
It's
back
cool,
into
though,
it.
'cause, like, Samuel L. Jackson had clearly seen the place before they had been altered. by
Yeah.
People.
That's something they didn't count on.
But when we came in, when the audience is exposed to the cabin, the inside of the cabin, it doesn't look like anything's wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, you know what? I just thought of one more thing.
What?
So with that scene, what did we all think about? I'll ask Jeff first. What did we all think about when Joe Gage followed that black guy and just executes him in the bathroom or whatever?
With this double barrel shotgun,
Like,
mind
that
you, he
scene-
shot both barrels
Was
simultaneously.
that scene just to show
for
he's a bad guy?
maximum Carnage.
Like I didn't get
And
that.
That
Was
was
just,
there.
that is a scene to show that Joe Gage is a ruthless
Because-
killer.
because
They all
Jeff
just they all.
Ben-
Oh, I'm so
Right,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like it just to show that he's merciless and like dedicated to his cause. I don't know if it's a. It's definitely not a statement on racism. It might even be a
It was
statement
slow.
against racism.
It was like they really took the
I-
time to
oh.
follow that blood trail. I was
Can
like,
I ask
this is
how
really
would
great.
that be a statement against?
Oh, I just,
yeah. Wait,
I was just seeing if you guys would let it go.
White man murdering a black man who is begging
Then
for
we
his
can't
life.
hear you.
so anyway,
Racial tension.
No, it's you now.
Here, I just have a really quick thing. Mine's very fast. I just think that scene was kind of interesting because the sheriff dude was hating on Joe Gage so much, almost unnecessarily. You're like, what the hell did this guy do? Like, I started kind of liking him because the sheriff just liked him so much, and I didn't really like
I think
the
you
sheriff.
just like Zoe Bell.
Who's Zoe Bell?
That was the blonde chick.
Well, no, I like her. What about her?
Nothing. I think that's why you like that scene.
Well, yeah.
Because she's a small blonde chick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I thought that was the key
Wow.
about it,
Petite
like,
is
when
the word that I'd like to use.
Okay, we're gonna move on.
Yeah, but like I liked it because it showed that like Joe Gage like really did suck. Like he wasn't
Yes.
great, and the sheriff was right. So I like from that scene on, I was like, yo, sheriff, you totally had him figured out. I was wrong.
Hey, sheriff.
Yeah, hey,
Hey, sheriff.
hey,
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh my god, when he was calling him out and he would just his little comments on the side. What are you reading his notes right now?
Sorry, I just
Yeah,
to
go for
interject
it.
here.
Jeff, read them all out.
No, I just
read them
just
all
a
out.
highlight. 70 millimeters minus the amount of movies made in 70 millimeters by Tarantino equals 69.
I tried to say that earlier. You guys cut me off though. It's a big deal. I'm not sure what it means.
Keep going. What else is on there, Jeff?
Jennifer Jason Leigh Oscar nom?
Oh,
That-
really? You think she's gonna get an Oscar now?
No,
That's not far fetched.
That's what IGN said. I don't know if I agree with that.
Once
though,
again,
she was
this is
good.
this is an opinion.
Nah.
Can't hear you.
Pulling
Bench
from
it.
IGN.
Also, Channing Tatum ... Is he still hot?
I mean, he has the bob. He just doesn't have the head.
Keep going, Jeff. Keep going. Keep going.
This movie backwards is about zombies who take bullets out of each other and then go their separate ways.
Have a chat. Then go their separate ways.
Keep going, Jeff.
I think that's everything.
That's everything.
I have a whole conspiracy about Apollo 8.
Apollo 8 was in space 47 years before the movie was.
like it was launched December 22nd. They got back December 27th. They're the first people who ever saw the dark side of the moon. This movie came out on December 25th. Is it possible that they saw this movie?
Okay, other points to hit. Reference Interstellar.
Well, like he was in the books. Do you think they went there?
And then also, maybe this movie is an homage to Owen Wilson.
He's 47.
Okay, we are off the rails. Just so we don't go nuts and lose everyone listening, we're gonna go around the room. We're gonna go around the room. We're gonna give this movie a score from 0 to 10.
Oh, I don't like that. Can we do stars instead? There you go.
You can do stars, Ben, because I don't really care about what you think.
I just don't like the.
Sorry, keep going. What you can do stars? You can do stars. I mean,
out of 5. Out of 5 stars.
Do you want me to go first? Out of 5 stars,
Five.
I would
And
give.
you can do decimals.
Okay, I'd give the movie 4.5 stars out of 5. I think it's
Okay.
Quentin Tarantino nailed it again. You know, his best movie in a really long time. I liked it.
Long time, really.
I liked it more than Django.
You did.
I liked it more than Inglourious.
Whoa.
Let me just.
Keep going. Let him. This is his
I
opinion.
liked it
It's
more
totally
than
fine.
most, so
No, I just want to hear about it.
I-
Why did you like this movie more than Django?
Okay, so I had like a really than Django or Inglourious.
Both. I
Either.
mean, just
Okay,
like.
so I liked it more than Django because I think I was just I was way more invested in all the characters. It was just Django I was interested in,
Mhm.
like and Samuel Jackson obviously and Leo were the only characters I was interested in that entire movie.
Yeah.
The girl I didn't care about. I didn't like. It was a really nice like story on like slavery and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
that wasn't really. I know it
Django.
But so you like the aspect of this movie that was a little more simple, wasn't as serious.
There was more
Yeah,
white
I
people,
like-
and that's what you liked, Ben? Is that what you're saying?
No.
explicitly a character named Bob the Mexican who I really liked.
No, that guy was cool.
I thought he was.
Yeah.
pretty
I'll
funny.
agree. He
just,
was
like,
one of the funnier characters.
deceptively funny and just a smart ass like the whole movie. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm
But can you do it on right?
And so the other reason
I feel like he wasn't a real Mexican.
Inglourious was because I went into Inglourious Bastards thinking that movie was strictly a comedy. Because of the way it was advertised, because I was like,
Dude, that opening scene is some of the funniest stuff I've ever seen. Oh my god,
Yeah,
when they just
so-
go into the Jewish home
so
and
when
they
there's
light up the
there's a
floor.
20-minute
Hysterical.
interrogation scene
I
in
love it.
German to start off your comedy. I was really thrown off.
Well, German's the funniest
So-
language. You know how light and
Correct.
playful
You know
they
how-
always have been.
Those are the words I would use.
Sorry, let the man finish. Let the man
So-
finish.
I've seen that movie again, and I liked it obviously much more the second time. But still, like I think.
But you like this one the most. Like one of the most.
I've never been engaged start to finish. I mean, Star Wars just because I love. Star
Absolutely.
Wars. But just in a movie where I'm going in knowing nothing about the characters, it just brings me in, and
Absolutely.
I was sucked in from until the movie ended. I couldn't stop watching the screen. I didn't want to go to the bathroom.
Absolutely.
I didn't want to miss a second. It was a great movie.
Yeah, and the intermission definitely benefited. in that
Yes, I
department.
don't think I would have been able to sit through the whole 3 hours.
I think Christian thinks the same exact way as you do, by the way.
Yeah, I think the intermission. Really
The intermission was really good.
All right, Jeff. Slide the mic over to Jeff. What did you think, sir?
All right, out of 5 stars,
Oh, you can do it out of 10.
It's up to you.
I'll
Wanna-
give it like a 7.5 out of 10.
That's great.
I was like really entertained by it. I don't know how much of like a statement it made, which is what I usually look for in
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it was a unique story.
Yeah, but like I thought there was just like a ton of violence for like not a huge impact.
I hear you. You're not alone. That's a really good assessment. I've heard that opinion from other people as well.
Okay.
If you're not in to all the underlying themes aren't that apparent, it can seem like that. It can seem like a movie where it's just like, okay, there's 8 guys. It's a very simple concept. It's like a lot like a play, and maybe because it wasn't that straightforward, it might have come off kind of like, oh, it didn't have that much to say. So I completely respect that assessment. Biddle. Is that all?
Yeah, it's
All right, cool.
I'll give it like I want to say 4 stars
You had
or
all
a
these
7.
Notes. You had all these notes.
4 stars out of 7.
4 out of 5 stars or a 7 out of 10.
Dude, now okay, so if you did 4 out of 5 stars, that'd be an 8.
Yeah, I know, but a 3.5 doesn't feel right. It feels a little low.
So why don't you say 7.5 out of 10?
I'm gonna say a 7 out of 10 or 4 stars.
Okay, how about this?
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, 7 out of 10. It was good. It was like I don't like I'd like to see this movie again just because the twists and like I now know more about like the characters after like having finished watching it, and like it'd be cool to like see it happen all again.
Mhm.
But like I don't want to like own this movie or buy it, but I'm glad I saw it.
Okay,
Like I own a handful of movies. Pacific
respectable.
Rim, Jurassic Park, and Smokey and the Bandit. Okay? These are all perfect movies.
That's 3. It's not a handful.
Well, I mean, you have 3 movies that's like
wait,
this
wait,
right
wait,
there.
wait. Okay, interesting. Is that all you have to say?
I think there might be another movie.
We can talk after this.
Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah, okay,
Absolutely,
I'm happy
absolutely.
with that.
Okay, so then I did a review for this. It's up.
That's
I did a review for this. It's up on my channel. I gave this movie an 8.9 out of 10. I absolutely loved it. I just had
What
few-
separated it from an 8.8?
That's kind of what I wanted to ask.
or an 8 point. You mean a 9?
Well, no, I'm just curious, like.
As my
are
scale?
You so precise?
Yeah.
Okay, so like
Where do you get that
I have an idea of like what a 9 is.
Okay.
and what a 10 is, what an 8 is, and like this was on the cusp of a 9.
Okay, that's
So not quite.
got it.
So that's
Got
why
it.
I gave it 8.8, 8.9,
Okay.
because like a
Well,
9.
what's your 9 movie?
Like the 9 and 10 realm is like some of the most perfect
Can you give me a 9
movies of all
with a
time.
10?
And this is up there, but it's not quite there because I had that little clip with it. But I absolutely adore this movie. I'll see it a bunch more times. I'm gonna try to
buy
see
it when it comes out on Blu-ray.
Yeah, absolutely. Like a 10 for me. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna like break down everything, but
Just give me an example.
like I'm gonna be doing like a best of 2015 video a few days from now after I see The Revenant. I was gonna see that tonight, but I can't.
Is that? I don't think that can be counted as a 2015 movie.
I think it just didn't get wide release
It had
yet.
a really limited release in December.
But well, since it's counted for the Oscars of 2015, I'm counting it as 2015. Yeah. So, but
That sucks.
so it didn't quite hit like a 9 for me, but this is definitely one of my favorite Quentin Tarantino movies. It's kind of hard to rank his because he's got
his own
so
thing.
many
I
great
don't know.
movies.
I mean, it's Pulp Fiction.
And then this, you think?
Reservoir Dogs.
Ooh,
this,
you see, I put this over Reservoir
Death
Dogs.
Proof. That one's sick.
Okay, I don't think I've seen Death Proof.
That's the Grindhouse.
But 8.9 for me, guys. So that's all of our stuff we're going to talk about with Hateful Eight. We can
That's
talk
a
about
different
anything else if you'd like, but that concludes our discussion on the Hateful Eight. Anything
You
else
said you
guys
had
wanna talk about?
posters.
Oh, yes, I got to do the poster unveiling. Thank you for reminding me, Biddle. So, wait, look right here.
I saw that.
We have a poster of the Hateful Eight. I worked in a movie theater this winter, and I got all these posters. So, like, let me tell you the story real quick. This guy, I have a camera right here. So put that
Cool.
back on
Wait,
your- on
no,
your
hold
face.
that back up. I just like getting different angles. Yeah, I do look good. Nice.
So I worked in a movie theater, and this guy who's not in charge of the posters was like, "Oh yeah, I've been asking for posters for weeks," and he's like, "Oh, I'll help you. I'll just bring you up," because the guy in charge of them was busy.
Really nice, dude.
He let me take 4 posters, but I came home to find out I had 7. Sorry, 6.
Where are they?
I had this one right here. This is the Hateful Eight. You put that down.
Can I buy it from you?
Lean it against. Yeah, for a measly price.
$40.
Ooh, maybe. I don't know. But here we go. Right here.
Did you get this one too?
Here, Biddle. I'll raise them up if you narrate like what we're seeing here.
Okay.
All right, so bring that around.
This
That is The Revenant. See that? That's coming out. Goodness, I might see that tomorrow. All right, put that one down.
Is that when it comes out?
So check these out. I think so.
Oh shit.
Well, this is Black Mass. We don't need to open that one up.
Is that the Johnny Depp movie?
Yeah. So these are my three. These are my 3 favorite. Check these out. And sorry for the pot. Sorry.
Bonus for
Sorry
listeners.
for our iTunes listeners who can't see any of this.
How many people listen to this on iTunes?
Actually, quite a few.
Really?
Yeah, not that.
We can audibly describe each poster as they're presented.
So this is
Yeah.
called Batman vs Superman.
No,
Oh.
I'm very disappointed.
Have you seen the new trailer? That.
Spoil everything
Yeah.
else, or is
Can
there
you
even
stop
anything-
shouting
No.
like a measly?
Double-sided?
So look at that.
Oh.
It's a real poster. It's like real. So
Why would it be fake?
see that? That's pretty awesome. No, here, can you fold that back up for me? Really carefully. Really carefully. Well, not here. I have 3 right here. This one is my personal favorite.
I got it.
This one's my personal favorite. Here, just keep in mind the camera, Biddle. This is The Dark Knight. And this poster, if you cannot deny how badass this poster is. Look how badass
Wow.
that is. Oh my god. That's Batfleck at his finest. Look at that, Jefferson.
I gotta say.
Oh, very nice.
Kind of looks. It
Fold
looks
that
like the Arkham Knight Batman.
Swear to him.
But
Hold that up for me.
it'll be. I already know what happens in the movie.
Yeah, no, the
Star
that last
Wars
trailer.
spoiled that for me.
But you know what?
The
So
trailers
I went to go
for
see Star Wars again last night, and this was all these posters were hanging up, and I was like, I have those. My parents were like, Shut up, Ryan. And I was like, ha ha. So anyway, guys, those are all the posters. The other one we got was straight out of Compton. That's downstairs, and I got a Wonder Woman one that I'm gonna be having on the roof of my dorm.
They're just made
Stare at
posters of
night.
Wonder Woman now.
What?
Yeah, what?
They're just spoiling the Wonder Woman thing. Like
They put that in the
poster-
trailer.
Dude, I know. That's such a horrible.
Okay. So either.
This is so cool.
Okay, watching the trailer, it ruined it in both ways it could.
The villain and the.
Okay, the villain, which is gonna be awesome. I love Jesse Eisenberg as the villain.
Oh, I'm talking about Doomsday.
Oh well, either way. So like either it either spoiled the entire movie for us,
Which it did.
or it didn't, and the movie's just gonna be so crammed with like people and villains that we're
Right.
just not gonna know what to do with ourselves.
agree with
Because
that
look,
assessment.
Jesse Eisenberg was barely even a villain in the trailers. Like he's gonna come back probably in the mech suit, okay, in that movie. Think about it. Dude.
I don't remember.
Here,
Dude,
help me open
he
this
fights Superman in like a metal suit. You played the video. You played Dawn of
Hold this.
freaking what's the video game?
And then look at this. This is actually my favorite poster, even though it's not. Even though it's not my favorite that she's in it. But look, oh my god, look at that.
Looks like a badass.
Look at that. That's awesome.
That you need to frame.
Now that's a framer. Yep.
Put that
one's going up.
that in the spank bank.
Help me. All right. With that, on that note, we're gonna end.
Ryan, you said you were taping that to the ceiling of your door.
So
Framed.
Ryan, thank you so much for
This is
having
spank. Yeah, thanks.
us on.
Yeah, no problem,
Yeah,
Ben.
it's
I'm
fun.
glad you're here. I'm glad Jeff could overcome the
This fear
this
of
fear
my
of your.
incurable
Oh wait, Ben. Do you want to hear the secret message that I left for Ryan?
Oh yeah, no. Let's first sign off.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, let's just say goodbye and mention your name.
All right, I'm David Biddle, and I'm leaving.
Jeff.
Alright, I'm Jeff.
Goodbye. And then Ben Greaves, who hopefully will be here next time.
It's
My name's Ryan
Ryan
Nilsen.
Nilsen.
Bye bye bye.